There's no other way to say this. It's over. I found a permanent escape from monotony. Someone who desires more than just beauty alone. Who prefers elusive over usual. Powerful over passive. Together we are perfectly balanced. Our senses awake. Our hearts racing as one. I know this is sudden, but you know what they say. If you love something, set it free. See you around, Julia. Hi Capricorn, happy April. I hope you're doing well. Okay, all right guys, I laid out the cards already. I didn't really go through them. I cannot figure out if there is something going on in your current family or if something is being brought up from the past or if this has to do with a family business. There is something surrounding uh, finance. It's either affecting your current relationship or I don't know if you're hitting resistance with something. I think there's something you want to do, but I think that because I really think that what you're currently doing is not fulfilling. It may make more money though than something that you want to do. That may be what this is about, because I just keep feeling that you're trying to do something that I think nobody understands why you're doing it. But that doesn't really matter. I think that there's some kickback though from family, and I don't think it's your immediate family. If you're married, I don't think it's that. I think it's your mother, father, your original, you know, the one that we all try to escape adulthood to try to get through, the remnants of that. But I think it's that. I think I can't. There are a lot of swords in here, and the cards that aren't swords are coins. And the only card in here that's got some fire in it is the Emperor. I want to say I, I hope it's planetary placement and that this isn't just I just want to say this. If you're wherever you are in this equation, you may be on the receiving end. This may be your partner who's the workaholic here, but somebody is a workaholic here. And I think that I think you may, forgive me, I think you may have married like what you tried to get away from as far as, I think you may have, what we do sometimes is we kind of marry into situations that unbeknownst to us, we're recreating the crap that we didn't like as children, right? I think that there's something along those lines there. Your reading is the first one that's been this confused. What I really think is going on here, I don't know what side of the fence you're on in this reading, but this is for Capricorn. And the lesson in here for you shows up as the Two of Swords, okay? That is this is what I just, from that card is what I'm getting, that I really think this goes back to I think that you're not fulfilled right now, and I don't know if it's through your own work that you do or if it's through the work of a partner of yours, or either way, there's no balance here. The good news is that there's a lot of swords in here. which means that that's fast-moving energy, may bring in a lot of changes, but it doesn't sit here, right? So chances of this really clearing out through April are very good, okay? That Two of Swords, though, the lesson in this, really in that card is the inner peace is what you're looking for. You're not here to appease the masses. So I'm going to show you where I think this goes here. We come in with the energy of the Three of Coins. Okay? That to me is really, I don't think you're into whatever this is. If this is a job, I really don't think your creative juices are flowing here. Normally this is a card that says that your work is good, your whatever, but I don't feel it here. And the funny thing is, right underneath it, you've got the Death card, and here's the Wheel of Fortune. These are all the energies coming in here. This is wow, I'm not getting the normal. I'll come back to that. I'm not getting the normal with that Wheel of Fortune. The Death card, yes, because like I said, this is change, right? And there's a lot of swords in here, so this will be quick moving change, so that's good. With this Wheel of Fortune, though, I'm not getting that it's going to go your way. Just let me go back to that. It may go in a different way. It may go in a way that you're not even thinking about, which may be why I'm getting that. Okay. Okay. Somebody feels taken for granted here. That's what this is about. It's not about timing. This is what I'm getting off of this card. Somebody feels taken for granted, okay? Not appreciated. You may feel like, I don't know, I get a neediness around this reading too. Something is going on here on the home front. I will say that for sure. I just can't tell which, your lesson in this is to find inner peace in this. Okay? The moon is here. So the answers you're looking for are internal. If you're looking for someone to, fill this void, somehow you're looking in the wrong spot. Your lesson in this is to find inner peace with this. Okay? Inner resolve. And then make a decision. Okay? All right. Now, what you hope and want here, hoped and wanted, is the Eight of Cups. Okay? This to me, I really feel in here, these cards are not, I'm getting a lot of different messages. It's funny because I didn't get a lot for you coming into this reading, which is now explaining why. Before you walk away from something, which is what I think you're doing, make sure that it's not something you want, right? Just be sure about that. Because I think here there is I think this goes back to also, there's a lot in here. If you don't nurture yourself, right, first, if you don't really take care of yourself first, none of our passions get lit. We're not excited about anything. We need to nourish ourselves first. I think a lot of this work that you're looking, you may be looking to outside sources to fulfill these things that are lacking in you or that are not where you want them to be. You're not as fulfilled as you are, I think, emotionally. I think that you're very career driven. I think you're very finance focused, but I think that your inner nourishment is malnourished. I think that that's where this is coming from here. Because this card, what you hoped and wanted, I think you wanted someone to fill these cups for you, and I think that they're not. And I think that this card too comes with patterns. Okay, it's you're not emotionally fulfilled here with that card, but that card comes with an insatiable appetite that you're never really fulfilled, right? You're always on the quest for something emotionally fulfilling. My guess in all of this is that you've been looking to outside forces for this, to do that. And your lesson in this is that that's not where you're going to find it. You're going to find it in here. Okay? And what you hoped and wanted was, I think you wanted something. You may be in a relationship that's not emotionally fulfilling, you know, and that trickles over into our jobs and every other area of our lives, right? When we're not fulfilled, when we're not nurtured, when we're not balancing. If you're very career driven, your life is lacking joy in the other areas. That eventually is going to catch up with you, and that is most likely what I think is going on here. But I think that this stems back. It's a generational thing. That's why I couldn't tell if it was a family business that you're in, if it's you know, something you need to break a cycle on. And I can't tell if you're critical of yourself or if you're critical of someone else in here, or if someone is doing that to you. Okay, but what's on your mind here is the 10 of coins. Okay, this can be work. It can be work on your mind, but it's a card that comes up with you know, you may not be feeling connected right now. You may not feel like anyone is really on your side. Because you're what you are hoping would happen here is the Knight of Swords. Okay, that's fun energy if it's a person. Okay, if you, like I say, if you are looking for, you know, this in someone else, this of all people is not where you want to go with that. As far as a business partner, yes, but this is someone who, he doesn't have a drop spot, and he can be very arrogant, he or she, after, you know, it'll blow through town and you'll have, you know, a good time, but it's not stopping for you. So you're again going to end up here if you're not looking in the right places for this. Okay, I don't mean to be so harsh, because I can't tell what side of the fence you're on here, but this is something in your home dynamic. Your life is not balanced right now. You know, I think too, you, like I say, you may, I think your perspective maybe on what love really is, like really being nurtured, I think it may be skewed a little bit on that. And I don't say that in a disrespectful way. You know, I think when we're brought up in certain arenas, and I think that there was a lot of business etiquette here. I think that may have been, you know, where this is stemming from, and it's just flowing over into generational. But you're not happy in your home life. You may be financially secure, but you're you know, you're very this, like I say, this is what you hoped and wanted here. And I'll look at these cards more. I'm going to pull clarifiers on them too, because I'm really confused as to what side of the fence you're on. But what will likely happen here, the likely outcome, is this card, which shows me very much that you're either feeling disconnected from someone, or you've got, like I say, financial gain. You're secure in that area, but you don't know your worth. That could be very, very much why this is what you hoped and wanted. This is a repetitive card. It doesn't just come up. It's a card that really tells you there's a pattern here you've got to pay attention to. Okay. All right, like I say though, there's a lot of swords in here, so I'm going to say that whatever communication is occurring now is not, it's highly critical. Um, you know, and I think if you were looking for a dialogue here with someone else, this person can be very abrupt. Um, Again, it's fast moving energy too. This will clear out very fast, but I think that this is something that stems deeper than even if this wave clears across here, it's not going to clear the problem. You have to really look in there as to what that is. Okay. Now, what hinders this is the Three of Cups. Okay. Again, it's a card of, again, nurturing yourself. When you nurture yourself first, your home is your castle. It really is. And I think that was very much today's throw, too. Tuesday's throw was very much on point about how, you know, we look to outside sources for fulfillment, but when we're fulfilled inside, that's our wanderlust, right? We're fulfilled on all levels. We're staying present. We're happy in the moment. You know, that's when our home life is our castle, you know, and you're the king and queen there, and you're very happy. You're nourished, okay? I think that you're feeding yourself in the wrong place. Outside things are not going to do that. You know, there's an air through here, too, of being very materialistic. Again, I can't tell who that is, but I'm reading for Capricorn, so it's going to apply in here somehow. All right. If you're trying to instantly gratify yourself with things like that, it's just going to make the situation worse. I think you need to get to the bottom of it, because what's hindering this situation is this. It's that you're not finding joy and peace and happiness in your life right now. You're just not. What balances you is the Lover's card. This is a card, though, that can come up sometimes, and oddly, it shows up in your balance spot, but it's also a card of being codependent. So I think that there's a little sprinkle of that through here, too. I don't think you like to be alone a lot, but I think that because of the dynamic of this relationship, it's empty regardless of whether it's one of those where you could both be home, but it's still, you know, it's still empty. It's still an empty relationship, right? And this could be on any front. It could be on your job front that you're feeling like this, and it's taking an effect at home, or vice versa, right? Now, what motivates you is the Emperor. So I'm going to say that it's work that's motivating you. It's this can be crass energy, though, too, but it shows up in the part that motivates you. This is someone who is very get it done, you know, driven, knows how to do things, is just going to push through things. It's a strong energy, okay? It could be a boss. It could be someone in the legal arena. It could be you've got this card and you've got the Knight of Swords in here. Okay, and you're coming in with the Two of Swords, and what you forgot in this whole scenario is the Queen of Swords. You know, I think maybe seeing both sides of the coin here, there needs to be some kind of something. I don't see the Four of Swords in here. I do see the Death card, though, which means that it's time to figure out what this is. Okay, and it's time to turn it. Okay, this is a card. There's karma in here too, so you're reaping what you've sown. So if you're working, and now, you know, someone wants a divorce here, or you've forgotten the other person, or you've forgotten how to exchange, you know, dialogue in a proper manner, it's, you know, I want to pull some clarifiers here. I think that there's a repetitive pattern here that needs to be broke. And I think that it's, you know, someone may be highly critical. Someone may be codependent. I think there may be a few things going on here. But either way, your lesson in all of this is the Two of Swords. So you need to find inner peace, okay? And it's under the surface here. You know, and I really think that this goes back to how you see yourself, how you, you know, no matter what you do in a career and in life, if you don't really pull it all the way back to who am I really, this can happen. And we're unfulfilled in our jobs, we're unfulfilled at home, and it really has nothing to do with us or the person. We're just not, we don't know who we are. And sometimes that's when it has to go all the way back, and we have to really look at some stuff here, because something's coming up for you. There's a lot, there's way too many swords in here for something to be pushed under the carpet anymore. And you know, with what balances you and what motivates you, these are strong cards. You know, they're the Lover's card is a karmic card, and the Emperor is a very strong energy. It'll help you get through something, you know, but it's I want to see here really what the Two of Swords is in here. Your lesson in all of this. Okay. You've got the Devil card, you've got the Queen of Wands, and you've got the Judgment card. And they're clarifying this. Your lesson in this is the Two of Swords. Here's your clarifiers. The Judgment card, the Devil card, and the Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands can be an overbearing energy. The Judgment card is telling you to get off the fence here. You need to do something. And the Devil card is just, you know, you need to maybe take your power back. You need to maybe take your life back. There's too much, if I don't think it's fear that's blocking you here. I really don't. I don't. Your lesson in this comes in as the Two of Swords. Okay, what balances you is this Lover's card. That's choices. It's the choices that we make, and then it's the aftermath that we have to deal with, right? All right, hang on. I want to, let me get you some more on this, because there's no way you don't know what this is. I have a very funny feeling it's you who feels this way. You just feel very not satisfied. Okay, I'm clarifying your outbound card here. The Five of Cups. Five of Coins, I'm sorry. You've got the Tower, the King of Cups, and you've got the Hermit. I think you're feeling lonely. I think you are feeling very needy, very lonely. And I say needy because I think that I can't tell who, it's not someone else's responsibility to make you feel fulfilled, unless they're neglecting their, you know, whatever. That's totally different. But I think you're doing this to yourself. I think that you're in a position now where you're just not happy with a lot of things, and that's inner work. That's not someone else. But let me see what this Lover's card is about here. Okay, Two of Cups, Eight of Wands, and the Two of Swords. So these two cards are absolutely related. And I have a funny, I kind of knew that coming in here. The bottom card is what motivates you. And your lesson in all of this is the Two of Swords. Your clarifiers on this Lover's card are the Two of Swords. It's the Eight of Wands. and it's the Two of Cups. Let me see what I want to see what this Eight of Cups is up here. Okay. All right, the Eight of Cups, which is what you hoped and wished, hoped and wanted here. Something more fulfilling. Okay. You've got the Fool card. Freedom. From what, though? I think it's this. I think what you're going to find, though, is that this freedom comes from inside first, okay? And you've got the Hanged Man. So you need to look at this a lot different. And switching your perspective can change instantly. And you know what? The only card that you've got the Emperor and you've got the Lover's card. One is what balances you and one is what motivates you. Those are the two Arcana cards in here that are fixed. Okay? Now you've got, clarifying this eight of Cups here, you've got the Six of Cups. Okay? Let me see. I want to clarify a few more of these because there's always someone that asks, why couldn't I have gone further? I'll clarify them, absolutely. This is one of those readings that needs that. Okay. Now the Emperor. Okay, what motivates you? You've got the Knight of Coins, money. You've got the Five of Swords. And you've got the Moon card. So again, another swords, another tough card. And that Five of Swords really goes back to looking at something that you've got to fix internally there. Okay, so what's motivating you? You want to look at that, and you want to look at what balances you, because they're not balanced cards by any means. They're very strong energy, and I really have a feeling that you're looking for this in the wrong place. I think you're looking for fulfillment in the wrong place. All right. Now, what's on your mind here? The Ten of Cups. I'm sorry. The Ten of Coins. You've got the High Priestess. Again, inner work. You've got the Three of Swords. And you've got the Four of Coins. Okay, the three, I think really your life is off balance right now. We can just, it needs to be brought back into focus. Okay, let me see what this hindrance is. This Three of Cups here. I'm pretty sure I already know what this is, but let's just see. I could be wrong. Okay. What's hindering you is this Three of Cups. Clarifiers are the Three of Wands. Okay. The Ace of Coins. And the Ten of Cups. You're not happy. You're not happy. You're not fulfilled. You're looking to go in a different direction. You're looking to start something new. Okay. It's showing up in your hindrance spot, though. These are clarifying these Three of Coins. I'm sorry, Three of Cups. Give me a minute to look at this. I think you need some balance in your life. I think things are carrying over into different parts of your life. I think you're not fulfilled in your job. I think you're not fulfilled on the home front. Because the hindrance is showing up at the Ten of Cups, which is telling me you're not happy on the home front. You've got the Ace of Coins also. You're not able to get something off the ground here. Okay? And the energy coming in was this. So you're not happy with what you're doing, and it's carrying over into other parts of your life. Okay? And you've got the Three of Wands, which again is telling me you're not, there's a lot of threes in here. Okay. All right, you're hoping for, this is what you're hoping the outcome will be, this Knight of Swords here. You've got the Magician, the Six of Swords, and the Sun card. Okay, you want out of here. You absolutely want out of here. And you may get it, because the Five of Coins on the outbound is the card of a temporary setback, of not feeling, you know, valued. Again, your lesson in here is that Two of Swords. You need to find resolution for yourself on the inside first, and then I think you'll be pleasantly surprised at how it ricochets through the rest of your life here. Okay? Your lesson in this is the Two of Swords. Okay? What you forgot in this is the Queen of Swords. You know how to stand on your own 2 feet. You know how to converse. You know how to fit into every different arena. I think you may just need to be a little bit more flexible, easy on yourself, you know, be open to new things, you know, keep your mind in a good place, because the hindrance here is this Three of Cups, which means that you're not at peace right now. You're not. You're looking at this Lover's card as what balances you. You know, and the what motivates you. I think you really need to reevaluate these. You know, they're showing up as Arcana cards, so they're gonna pack a punch. Meaning, you know, one is a karma card. You know, so it's you need to look at the decisions that you're making here, the choices that you're making. And are they serving you, right? Because the choices we make are the consequences that we live with, you know, and these are pretty strong consequences here, you know. Okay, I pretty much think that's it. Again, I think that you're fighting the tide here, and I think that you're looking in all the wrong places for these answers. You absolutely can stand on your own 2 feet. If you're relying on someone else, or someone's doing that to you, these end up in situations like this, you know, where you're unfulfilled. The good news is that we just had a new moon yesterday. Okay, so we're still under that influence. Set your intentions, get crystal clear on what you want to do, and break the ties that bind. I think these go way back. I think that you're repeating old patterns and you're still getting the same results. And I don't think it's working for you. So I would strongly suggest just look at them. You know, if you want to pull, I mean, the energy coming in here was the Death card, the Transformation card, and you've got the Wheel of Fortune behind it. Okay, so things will turn, and like I say, there's a lot of swords here, so whatever this is going to blow through really fast. But I think what you need is a time to think about this. That Two of Swords is not a card of action. It's your lesson, yes, but it's inner peace is what you've got to look for first, and then clear this out. Okay, I think April's going to be a bit eventful, honestly, but I really do think that once this is clear, I think you'll be fine. I think you're just really breaking out of things that aren't fulfilling you. When we don't nurture ourselves, when we don't know who we are, there is not a project or relationship in this world that you will get off the ground or feel fulfilled in. You just won't. It's just how it goes. Okay. And I tell you that from, I just, aside from the reading, I know that to be very, very true. Okay. So, okay, I hope that I helped you in some way. If you want a private reading, please reach out to me. I'll be more than happy to help you. Okay, thank you so much.